So I'm about to get into part 2 of the corporate pest that wants to nest and rest. But I first need to tell you a little bit about the woman who is telling the story. 2 weeks ago, I posted a video of this woman who is currently broken up with her boyfriend or breaking up with her boyfriend in her head. But she said that she needed childcare because she was about to go through this training. She had let us know that they had been together for 5 years. And at this particular point, she sees that this is a pointless relationship. He's 45 and directionless, and she knows that he is not for her. She told us that she was really excited about the relationship, that he was just not as bad as other people, and that she had also come from a chaotic and dysfunctional family. She told us all of this. But despite all of that, despite the fact that she was letting us all know that she was about to move on, folks still took exception to her story. She was letting us know right here that she needed him still for just a little bit longer because she was about to go through this flight attendant training. Now, this happens to be the precise woman of the corporate pest that wants to nest and rest. In this training, she has to be away from her family for like several weeks. I think it's like a 6 or 7 week time frame. So while she was looking diligently, like really hard for childcare, she could not find childcare quick enough. And she knew that this was an opportunity of a lifetime. So even though she knows that the relationship isn't going anywhere long term, she knows that she still needed him in this time frame so that she could continue to level up. And I just wanted to bring it to you that this is who folks were coming for. This same woman that in the other video, the part 1 of the corporate pests who want to nest and rest, that this woman is doing something phenomenal in attempting to level up her money so that she is not solely dependent on this man going forward. So I just wanted to let y'all know who we were talking about. Now let's continue with part 2 of her story. Nene wants to remain completely anonymous, and I respect that because this is a federal job. I am going to let her tell her story in her own way. She gives these 1-minute clips, and this first set of clips is pretty choppy because she is getting ready for work. She then comes back and gives some more voice clips that I'm going to just add everything into this one video for us all. Okay, I present to you Nene, the storyteller of the corporate pest who wants to nest and rest.
Okay, girl, so there's more about this pest who wants to nest and rest. So I hope you're ready. I hate this 1-minute cutoff thing. I gotta find some other way to send you like messages. Tell me if you have like another way for me to send voice messages while I'm on the go and can't really sit and type. So I had a lengthy conversation with his roommate, who's a good friend of mine. And you know what's interesting? Now, this is probably a conversation for another time, so you're probably going to want to cut this out if you share it. We have 3 different guys in our class, and 3 different black guys in our class. Not that many black guys in the entire class. Like our entire class kind of shows like almost like the numbers of like the American culture. So there's 3, and they fit all 3 of the black man archetypes right now here in this country. We've got the guy Brad, who is, successful in his own right. A lot of people come here already having a business or something else established. Brad, he code switches really, really well, and he speaks like amazing, all that stuff. But you can tell he's probably the type of guy that, probably was with a black girl for a while he was on the come up, maybe even now still, because he told me he's got some drama at home. But then as soon as he gets where he is definitely going, he gonna do like my youngest brother did. Drop that black chick and be with his preference, because you can tell what his preferences are while he is here in class away from home. Then you've got another guy, Carlito or something like that, black dude who is old school queen, but he's definitely a queen, and I get it, because hey, that's one way to survive and be accepted across the whole country, if that's the case. And then we have the guy who is the pest who wants to nest and rest, and I'm watching more and more of his behaviors. He just wants to dominate all the young chicks in the class. He gravitates toward the young chicks in the class. And guess what they're doing? They're eating it up. So there's his roommate, Steve, and we sat down at the bar having dinner, and he's just, like, I'm sorry. Like, I just really need to just get this off my chest. He's just frustrated, which I would be too if I was his roommate. I would be, like, so going to the advocates on a regular basis and just, like, saying, like, get him out of here, just please. Like, I can't live with him anymore. So Steve packs up his stuff every day, and he stays out of the room for as long as possible until he can go back and go to sleep. Why? Because this filthy fool... he is so filthy. He takes up Steve's resources. He doesn't really have a genuine relationship with him. He doesn't, like, he's up all night. He sleeps all afternoon and all early evening after class. He's loud. He's obnoxious. All the stuff. All the typical Pookie and Ray Ray stuff. And he'll try to, like, steal his answers to stuff, like to homework. So Steve said, he never ever asked me or any of the guys. So I guess all the guys' hotel rooms must be kind of like in the same area. So he's like, he never asked me or any of the guys for help. He doesn't study with us or anything, but I hear him all the time, and he does this on the bus and everywhere else. I think I said this in another message. He's always doing this woe is me song and dance to any of the young girls who will listen. Now, all the girls our age, like, we're all sick of him. Like, we are sick of him. We steer clear of him, but it's all the young chicks. Every day it's the same thing. And he was just talking about how he's so sick and tired of it. Even when he's in the room, he's, calling one girl, calling another girl from the class, trying to get her to meet him downstairs. Like the other day, I heard him saying, yeah, whenever I get to my base, you girls are going to take care of me, right? Like, it's just sickening. So Steve is telling me about, the few things that he's kind of ascertained from him. That one day he was bragging about how, some of the small talk every once in a while in the room. He was bragging to Steve about how he's got this young chick who's in college in Florida. So mind you, she's probably half his age, like some... Damn, I don't know where this cut me off because I'm trying to get dressed and get out of here. But he's talking, small talking in the room every once in a while, and he's telling Steve about how he's got this young chick in college in Florida. She's probably half his age, and how she's in school for finance or whatever it is, or world finance, and how she's going to be making six figures. She's already doing so good already, so he's already got that locked. So he's going to have a good life for her. I'm like, you just disgust me. So, like, in class and whenever we're, like, out in the common areas or whatever, I totally avoid him. I don't make eye contact or anything. Like, I totally give him the cold shoulder because I know that archetype and I hate them all. Oh, totally disgusting. So it's a possibility. It is a possibility that he may actually pass and graduate. And that's a dangerous thing, because he does, like, safety. We're safety professionals and we do a lot of federal stuff. And it's, like, so disgusting. Like, he can do just enough to, what's the word I'm looking for? To finesse his way in here. And it looks like he might do just enough to graduate and then become another one of those high value polished turds. Like these XYs, they just totally disgust me. I really just wish they could have their own freaking island away from here. And, like, I want to say something to one girl in particular that I've noticed he's kind of zeroed in on. When I was coming into the hotel last night, I noticed, you've got, like, there's like 6 classes of us here. So there's at least 600 of us here. It's like 100 per class. So when, evening hours and stuff, like dinner, the restaurants downstairs and all that, you could see a bunch of us. And we all have the same jacket on, I'll say. So, and a lot of us, or badges. So we're, like, all over the hotel. And especially, like, the lobby. Especially the first floor with the restaurants and bars and stuff. Guess where this fucktard is? He is... not with any of the groups, mind you, not even the small groups, not the study groups, no nothing. He is on the couch, nestled up with one of these young chicks. And I'm starting, I hate this 1 minute cut off. I have to, like, run back to my phone and see, like, did I make a minute? So I don't know what's cut off or not. So sorry. So anyway, he's nestled up on the couch with one of the young chicks, and she's got that look and that kind of, like, there's a certain posture when you're, like, proud that you got this man's attention and you're taking care of him and you're teaching him something. So he looks for that. So this real cute little girl, and she's foreign too. Oh, and of course, although he's dusty and he talks about how he can't afford his bills, guess where he just got back from? Thailand. He was in Thailand right before our class began. So you can go to Thailand, but you can't afford to eat, and you begging people and begging me for what's in my fridge, right? Ugh, just disgusting. So he's nestled up on the couch with this girl, and he, once again, has nothing. No notes, no homework, no nothing. And she's just sitting there just feeding him all of her knowledge. He's a freaking, they are vampires. They are energy vampires. They are spiritual vampires. What is it? They're the succubus. No, they're the freaking incubus. Ugh. So like I wanted to send her a message last night, but then I had to think, like, if I send her a message and I'm just checking on her because, you know, she's half my age, I can see this stuff a mile away. She has no clue. I don't know if she'll get offended and not want to hear me, and or if she'll turn me into an advocate and think that I'm trying to start any drama. So you know what? Like, as much as I feel for her because I see this train wreck a mile away, you know, I'm just like, oh, God. And this is probably why a lot of like older women may not get involved too, because you got to think about yourself too. Like I got, you know, my family is riding on me being able to secure this bigger bag. So it's like, damn, as much as I care about her and I could offer wisdom, it's like as much as I care about her and I care about what he could do to her, especially God forbid if she stays in contact with him after this, because she just has that look like she's if she's not smitten, she definitely is actually concerned about him, and he should not be anybody's damn concern here. He's a grown behind man. He's a king baby. But it's like, now I get it. When I was younger, I used to wonder, like, you see me with this knucklehead. How come you didn't stop it? How come you didn't help me? But now I understand, you know, why a lot of women would either not say anything to me, although they knew, or they would approach it really gingerly. And sometimes I didn't get the message because I just didn't know. Okay, this is enough for now. I've got to run. 5:53, headed to class again. I just read the comments. Oh my God. I am loving the feedback, like so loving the feedback. And I really appreciate the people that are saying that I'm a great storyteller. Like, I'm so excited about, like, you know, later on just being able, like right now, I want to tell my stories, but it has to be anonymous. But it'll be cool, like when I'm ready to be able to come back and say, hey, if you want to tag me, you can. And to be able to share you know, stories on my own platform that I just can't do right now. But either way it goes, it needs to be shared. Like, so I'm grateful to be able to do it like this. And I love your channel, girl. I'm a big fan. And thank you so much for sharing my stories. And I'm loving the comments. Like, I want to respond so bad, but that wouldn't be wise for me right now. So I'm just liking the comments and I'm appreciating the feedback. And I really, really, really appreciate all of the women. Because I honestly, as a single mom of 4, I've been in like survival mode for. So honestly, as a single mom of 4, I have been in survival mode for so long. Because like even when I was married twice, and I was still a single mom with them, and I've had so much trauma. So like I honestly haven't taken time to just stop and congratulate myself. And I saw the comments, and I was like, man, they're right. Wow, this is true. Like I should like. So I appreciate the few, you know, sisters that said, can we just stop and congratulate her? And, you know, this isn't like a whole lot of money, but it's the most money I've ever made so far. And, wow, like when I saw the first person who said that, I stopped and I had to sit here in my hotel room and take a deep breath and be like, all of the people, even especially my raggedy ass family, starting with them, telling me what I can and can't do, and really like seeming to be happy with me being like this, you know, broke baby mama and not doing anything to support my ascension. If any of them, some of them, even my parents, even trying to sabotage me. And I fought really, really hard to get the very tiny bit of support that I have right now to be able to do this. And I'm like, dang, she's right. Thank you. You know, I appreciate the congratulations, because I'm really not getting it anywhere else besides my kids and my partner, who's, you know, giving me some support. But even that's another conversation. But yeah, when I saw those two ladies who said congratulations, like I had to sit here and breathe and take that in. I really appreciate that. And it made me sit here and just for a minute, like congratulate myself and stop and just take it all in. Like how far I've come. Like, wow. So he was like, I know it's late. I'm just really frustrated. And he's taking a walk as usual. Like he leaves his room so much. He can't even be comfortable in his own room with this guy. And, you know, nobody wants to be like a snitch and go like complain to like management about these things, especially in the position we're in. You don't want to make yourself seem like you're going to be a problem and you can't solve your own problems out the gate. So he's like, I'm just going to go take a walk again and just hopefully, you know, and then come back later and try to go to sleep again. So he's calling me and he's venting about, you know, how he's so much of a slob and like when we're all getting ready to finally like be down for the night, go to sleep, and because we got to get up at like 4:35 in the morning, this is when he's just like he comes in from class, and when everybody else is doing like life stuff and then going to sleep, he goes straight to sleep, and then he'll get up at like 8-9 o'clock at night to go do whatever, we don't know, and then most of the time during the day in class he's sleepy. Like he's just so weird, like so weird. I'm wondering like is Ashton could. So I'm just wondering, like, is he like some sort of a corporate spy or a plant? And is he acting all pitiful and just completely just totally inappropriate, unprofessional, even the way he talks and everything? Is he doing it to see like who's gonna respond with empathy, who's still gonna be kind, and then maybe reporting it? Because this is just really unreal to me. Like, this has got to be like some sort of like experiment. Like how are you still here after just everything about you? So I'm trying to like, shift my focus and not allow it to be so much of a distraction for me. And I think I realize why it aggravates me so much besides the obvious. When we look at people and they just really irk us, I think it's because they may remind us about something about ourselves, maybe from the present or the past, that we just really hate. And when I look at him, I think he reminds me of I think when I look at him and the way that he is, slithering up to all these females, and maybe not that part, but when I look at him and some of his like self-sabotaging, like he could do better than this behavior, I think it reminds me of who I was back in the day. But the difference is, and my disdain, I think, comes in from, which I don't know his story, but with me, I did the best that I could. And I feel like he's not doing the best he can. I feel like he is being incompetent on purpose. For me, when I was younger, I didn't know any better, and I was still striving to try to. And when I look at him, I feel like he's just hold on. Okay, we're all kind of hanging out and having lunch, and I guess I should go socialize for a bit. But I think that's it in a nutshell. I'm originally from New Jersey. I was born in Germany. And lived in a couple of states and a couple of countries, but New Jersey's my home state, and that's where I am now.